Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for April 4th. April 4th is the 94th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 95th in leap years, with 271 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is garrulous. Garrulous is an adjective that means given to prosy, rambling, or tedious loquacity, excessively or pointlessly talkative. It is used to refer to people who talk a lot but don't really have much to say, don't say anything of substance, or who tend to ramble on and on without getting to the point. A person who is described as garrulous may come across as annoying or frustrating to others, especially if their talkativeness interferes with others' ability to concentrate or communicate effectively. However, it's worth noting that the term garrulous does not necessarily imply that the person is insincere or intentionally misleading. It simply suggests that they tend to talk more than is necessary or appropriate in a given situation. The word garrulous comes to us from Latin, Indo-European root words before that. First known use of the word garrulous is around 1611. Garrulous. And with that, we're going to start in the year 1147 when Moscow was mentioned for the first time in a historical record when it was named as a meeting place for two princes. On April 4th, 1841, President William Henry Harrison died of pneumonia, becoming the first president of the United States to die in office and setting the record for the briefest administration. President John Tyler succeeded Harrison as president, as we have mentioned before. On April 4th, 1850, Los Angeles was incorporated as a city. On the night of April 4th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln had a dream about subdued sobs of mourners and a corpse laying in a funerary platform in the East Room of the White House. In this dream, he asked a soldier who was lying dead in the White House. The soldier said, "It's the president. He was killed by an assassin." This woke Lincoln up abruptly, as one might imagine. He told a friend about this dream a week later and said that it had strangely annoyed him ever since. And of course, as we know, he was indeed assassinated, and we'll talk about that again when it happens in about a week and a half. The day after he delivered his "I've been to the mountaintop" speech, Martin Luther King was assassinated as he stepped outside his hotel room to go to dinner on April 4th, 1968. The Twin Towers of the World Trade Center officially opened on April 4th, 1973. On April 4th, the opening day of the 1974 baseball season, 39-year-old future Hall of Famer Hammer and Hank Aaron tied the all-time hitting record previously set by Babe Ruth when he hit the very first pitch sent his way. He hit it right over the wall. He didn't stop there, of course. By the time he retired 2 years later, he had a career total of 755 home runs, a record that held until Barry Bonds broke it in 2007. Aaron was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame the very first year he was eligible, a feat that not just everyone achieves. And he still holds a number of MLB records. Today's song is "Can't Buy Me Love" by the Beatles. It was released in March of 1964, and here we are with it at number 1 on April 4th, where it held for 5 weeks. "Can't Buy Me Love" by the Beatles. Number 1, April 4th, 1964. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Do not disturb.
Okay, I turned Do Not Disturb on.
Good job. Third time better be a charm. One more time. Are you making some sound? Get on out of here. And we're gonna edit that out. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.